Oh, good evening, race fans, and welcome back for the Crowd Athletics Racing Tours. Tonight, they take on the Atlanta Double. Up first here tonight is the old school version of the Atlanta Motor Speedway here tonight, as these guys will partake with the next-gen cars on the old surface of Atlanta Motor Speedway here for a quick 40 lap race here coming up here, roughly about 7 minutes or so after qualifying and everything is done there. Thank you guys for tuning in here tonight at Extreme Racing TV over here on YouTube. Up in the booth with you as always, Dennis Ansman. Go ahead real quick. Let's get down to how they're sitting right now here in practice. We got Brad Peters in that top spot with a 30.507, I should say, not a 50, a 30. Brian Jones there with a 35.94. Walker Thomas in third with a 36.05. Aiden Kirker in fourth with a 36.17. Lima Carlson in fifth with a 36.81. Dylan Williams in sixth with a 36.90. Jordan Weaver there in seventh with a 37.06. Scotty Grove in eighth with a 37.60. Jared Rashawn in ninth with a 38.40. And then rounding out the top 10 here in practice, Zach Lindgren with a 38.86. I unfortunately do not have the championship standings to go down through right now. They were not updated before the race, so I don't know exactly where everyone's sitting in the championship standings here after Talladega here tonight. But what I do have is from Talladega, and before that race, Zach Lindgren was in the top spot, and get a better view of it so I can. There we go. Jared Rashawn in second, Walker Thomas third, Brian Jones fourth, Brad D. Peters fifth, and Scotty Grove in sixth, Nathan Yarnell seventh, Bradley Williams in eighth, Aiden Kirker ninth, and Josh Duke rounding out the top 10 in the standings. That was before the Talladega race. Don't know how they're sitting after that race. That was 2 weeks ago. We did have a unscheduled off week last week, as the admin team, they work schedules did not work to pan out to do the double last week, so here we are this week. We're going to go ahead and partake in the double here tonight, which worked out better for me because I was able to get more time to get everything set up for the Memorial Day weekend. But as we're coming down to the last minute here of practice, folks, we're going to go ahead and step away, play the national anthem. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back. All right, folks, welcome back. Hopefully, you all enjoyed that national anthem there. As these drivers are now getting qualifying in here, just got underway for these drivers. They're slowly coming out on track here. And we'll go ahead and put up that driver bar for everybody. That way you can see who we're on at the, right about the same time. You got Brian Jones out here on track, Lima Carlson out here on track. Looks like we also have Jared Rashawn, Brad E. Peters, Brian Jones, Aiden Kirker, Josh Duke, Dylan Williams, Zach Lindgren, and Scotty Grove and Nathan Yarnell are the only two that are not out here on track. Everybody else is out here on track right now. Thank you all for tuning in here tonight for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour Cup Series. Zach Lindgren is up to the top spot here early on in qualifying with a 30.513. But that can change quickly. You got Jared Rashawn here in the second with a 30.685. Aiden Kirker up to third with a 37.09. Josh Duke is now down to seventh. Lima Carlson's up to that second spot. And right at the end of practice, Lima Carlson was the fastest driver in the session. So we'll see here if that'll translate over into qualifying, as Zach Lindgren is going to go ahead and finish his qualifying time with a 34.18 on his second lap. And Kirker is going to finish, he was third, now he's fifth. Lima Carlson is up into that top spot with a 33.70 here in qualifying. So that did translate, as I said that. Walker Thomas is going to go ahead and put himself up into the top spot there with a 33.62. So put Lima Carlson down to second. Scotty Groves looks like he's getting out here on track now, getting his warm-up / out lap in. Scott Watson is sitting here on the end of pit road. It looks like he's starting to come out now. We're down to about 2 minutes here of qualifying left. Got Lance Anthony out here getting his qualifying in. Sure, that's his out lap, I do believe. It has not registered that he has started a time yet. His time is going to start now. Like we still got 3 drivers out here getting their qualifying times in here before the first race of the Atlanta Double here tonight. And this is the old version of the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Now this is the 08 version with the old surface. Looks like Scotty's going to put himself to 7th there on his first lap, and that's all he's going to do. Is we're down to the last minute here of qualifying. Lance Anthony with a 39.35, good enough for 13. Scott Watson, his first lap did not count. A 31.707. See here what he gets here coming down to the start-finish line on his final lap here, and it will be a 39.73, but did not register that lap either. So Scott is going to start, well, not shotgun. That'll go to Nathan Yarnell, who has not qualified. As we are rounding down the last few seconds here in qualifying, we're going to go ahead and get these drivers down into the starting grid here this evening before we do that, let's go ahead and check on the weather here for the race here this evening. As we have a track air temp, I should say, of 78 degrees. Track temp sitting at 84 degrees, humidity at 55%, winds coming out of the south around 7 to 9 miles an hour, south-southeast. No fog in the area, no rain in the vicinity, so the track will be dry here for these drivers, which is always a good thing when it comes to the next-gen cars. So let's go ahead and get down to the starting grid here for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour Atlanta Double race number 1 here tonight. Starting in row 1. I don't know why it's row 5. I think my row number got funky again. We got Walker Thomas on the pole. Lima Carlson starting second. Congratulations to Walker on grabbing the pole here tonight. In row number 2, we got Dylan Williams, Zach Lindgren, third and fourth. Starting in row number 3, we got Jared Rashawn and that 60 machine starting 5th. And Jordan Weaver in that 23 machine starting 6th. Back in 7th, we got the 55 of Scotty Grove. In 8th, we got the 39 of Aiden Kirker. Back in 9th, we got Brian L. Jones. In 10th, we have Brad D. Peters. Starting 11th is the 116 of Bradley Williams. The 32 of Josh Duke is going to roll off 12th. Lance Anthony in that 52 machine is going to roll off 13th. Nathan Yarnell is going to roll off 14th. And rounding out the field here this evening in the 14 machine, Scott Watson is going to roll off 15th here this evening. I think I know what I did. I think I loaded the wrong overlay for tonight. So I have to fix that before the next race. So I have a feeling here this first race, the scoring is going to get all kind of funky on me. I'm going to have to fix that here before the second race. Well, I do apologize for that. I thought I had the right one loaded in, but apparently I do not. Because it's set for class and not... here. As the pace cars off to the safety pit road, green flag is out. We are underway here tonight for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour Cup Series race number 1 here at the old style Atlanta Motor Speedway. And as you can see here early on, Walker Thomas getting a good lead. As we go ahead and bounce back here to Lima Carlson, he's got company on the inside of him. Got the 60 of Jared Rashawn battling with him, trying to get that second spot over. We got Zach Lindgren here giving a little assist to Lima, trying to give him some kind of draft down the front straightaway. Or actually, you want to call that the trial. Not really a straightaway. They're coming down the back straightaway here, 2x2 for, well, from pretty much 4th on back. Well, 4th now. Then back to, I think that was 10th. Aiden Kirker almost hit the wall there. In 3 and 4. He's able to get back under control. Looks like he didn't make any contact with that wall. And he is just going to go ahead and pop himself up to that Larson line right off the bat. And that's definitely going to pay off down the back straightaway, where he's getting a massive run there down the back straightaway. I don't know how that's going to be as far as the longevity of the tires. But he's trying something out here early on in the race, and you never know what's going to work for you. As Aiden Kirker is now up to 3rd, so as I speak about it, you know, it is working for him. He has laid down the fastest lap of the race. Zach Lindgren here in second, trying to chase down Walker Thomas, but nothing's coming of it right now. Nathan Yarnell here in the 8th spot, able to overtake the 55 of Scotty Grove. And now he's working on 23 there of Jordan Weaver. Nathan Yarnell is now the officially, so far here, lap 5 of 40, the fastest driver out here on track here so far. Go ahead. We got Lance Anthony here making a pass over the 05 of Brad D. Peters here. That was for 12th spot. But Lance up to 12th spot is Zach Lindgren is battling for the lead there on the outside of Walker Thomas going down into turn number 1. And look who's coming right behind both them guys. The 39 machine of Aiden Kirker is just looking for an opportunity to pounce, as well as the 01 there, Lima Carlson, in that green, lime green, I want to call it, Elite Motorsports machine. Zach is going to go ahead and lead his second lap there. He officially led the last lap, but you know, they were still going at it. They were still battling. So now he has all the clean air, top and bottom sides. He is leading the way as we have a driver into the wall. That is the 32 of Josh Duke. Looks like he was able to, get it off the wall with little to no damage there, as Brian Jones is up to 4th spot, getting around the 01 of Lima Carlson. And Aiden Kirker once again up doing the Larson line there, down through 1 and 2. Like I said, it's going to give him some good momentum down the back straightaway. Going down into turn number 3 here, and Aiden Kirker once again is going to go ahead and do that Larson line. Right now, he's the only one doing that out here on track. Now, if it starts working for him, I would expect just about everybody to start doing what Aiden Kirker's doing. But right now, we got first and second. They're committed to the bottom for right now. Brian Jones there is trying to somewhat do what Aiden Kirker was doing. But he's doing more of the midline there, as Lima Carlson is now doing battle with him to take back that 4th spot. Not able to do it quite yet. Now Aiden Kirker here, just about on the back bumper there of the 12 machine of Walker Thomas. Going down to turn number 3 and 4 here. I like what Aiden's doing. And, he's trying to, as much as possible anyway. I mean, there's sometimes you have no choice but to be in the wake of the guy in front of you. But he's trying to do everything possible to stay out of the wake of Walker Thomas there. Get that clean air on his front bumper to save that right front. I'm probably not sure the high side is saving the right front, but he is making it work here, as now he's down to the inside of Walker Thomas for that 2nd spot, and he's able to complete that pass going into turn number 3. So now it's Aiden Kirker got his eyes set on the leader there, Zach Lindgren. We'll get back here to 8th spot with Jordan Weaver here in that 23 machine. He's here roughly about 2 seconds behind the leader. And he is coming up on the 15 there of Nathan Yarnell. As Nathan, right in front of him, is the 60 machine of Jared Rashawn. We got a battle going on in front of them with Lima Carlson and Brian Jones. Like Lima's going to go ahead and take that spot back, or try to. Oh, was not quite clear yet. Almost cut Brian Jones's nose off of that 45 machine, but Lima was aware enough after the brief contact to just keep it down there and avoid further incident between those two drivers. As Aiden is really taking that right front as close to the wall without touching it through 1 and 2. It looks like Brian was able to weather the storm there with Carlson, as Carlson is dropped back just a little bit off of the 45 there, Brian. Bradley Williams here, move him up to 11th spot. Looks like we got Dylan Williams here. Let's see what happened here to Dylan. Definitely gotta. So he looks like he just got a little loose there coming out of 4 and tried to save it, and then it just snapped on him finally and hit the outside wall in the tri-oval. And that will be our first caution here tonight. I would lap 16 of 40. Knowing the old style Atlanta, yeah, everybody's going to be coming down pit road, getting those tires. Oh, Aiden Kirker. Wow. He definitely got an incident point for that. It'd be interesting to see if iRacing gives him a penalty for that, because he cut it really close there. But he definitely took care of the corner yard there on the front straightaway, or tri-oval. Probably missed a spot there in the grass. The ground crew is slipping a little bit, so he went out there and made sure he got out there and got that patch mowed down for them here. Looks like we got 7 people out there watching. Thank you guys for tuning in here tonight for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour Cup Series Season 1 here at Atlanta. The Atlanta Double, race number 1 of 2 here tonight. Make sure if you are new to tuning in here, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that like button. And go ahead and hit that notification bell. That way you go ahead and get informed anytime Extreme Racing TV goes live over here on YouTube. And thank you all for the support, not only for the league, but also for Extreme Racing TV. Got Aiden Kirker here in first, Walker Thomas second, Seymour Carlson third, Jared Rashawn fourth, and Scotty Grove is going to round out your top 5. These 5 drivers did not pit. First driver to pit is the 85 machine of Zach Lindgren here in 6th spot. You got Brian Jones in 7th in that 45. Jordan Weaver there in 8th in that 23 machine. Nathan Yarnell sitting in 9th and 15th. In the 15 machine, I should say, in the 9th spot. And then rounding out the top 10, the 05 of Brad D. Peters sitting here in 10th. Got Bradley Williams in 11th in that 116. Dylan Williams here in 12th. In that 9 machine. Got Lance Anthony in the 52, sitting here in 13th. Josh Duke on pit road currently, but he is sitting 14th. And Scott Watson is sitting 15th. These drivers are, Josh is 11 laps down, and Watson is going to be 13 laps down. We're down to 1 lap to green here. We're going to get on Aiden Kirker here as we can go ahead and get ready to get them back green flag racing. Wait for that pace car to dive off to the safety of pit road, and it will be in the hands of Aiden Kirker here at the restart. Pace car is off. It's in Aiden's hands, and Aiden is back on the loud puddle. We are back green flag racing here as we got a shove there from Jared Rashawn on the outside to Walker Thomas, trying to get him going. We're on lap 20 here of 40. We're about halfway through this race here. Race 1 of 2 for the Atlanta doubles. We got a driver, Nathan Yarnell. Lost it coming out of turn number 2, but he was able to get back under control. We got 3 wide here with Zach Lindgren, Lima Carlson. No, not Zach. Zach's on the outside on the others. Well, now he's a part of the 3 wide with Lima Carlson and Brad Peters. Oh, Dylan. Yeah, Brad Peters. There he is. Okay. Brad's running a paint I'm not too familiar with when he's out here running, so trying to get adjusted to his color scheme. Zach Lindgren here is on the outside. Right now, Brian Jones is up here to second. Those new tires are already proving their way here. As you see here, Walker and Aiden Kirker are both running the high side, and Brian is just running the bottom here. Almost got up to the back bumper there of Aiden Kirker coming out of turn number 1. I would expect here within the next lap or 2, probably not even a lap, probably a half a lap, Brian Jones is going to go ahead and take the lead away from Aiden Kirker, going down through turn number 1. Give the lead up to Brian Jones. As Aiden Kirker, I think, finally brushed the wall. Go ahead and get to a better angle, get more cars out here onto the track so you guys can see better what's going on around Aiden Kirker, as well as Walker Thomas, Zach Lindgren, and company, as now you're seeing the newer tires coming up toward the front. The top 2 drivers, was 3 there for a brief moment. The top 2 drivers are all, they've been out here 7 laps. They are on the newer tires. Trying to keep my eyes out on the 39 there of Aiden Kirker there. That's why I kind of got distracted when I was talking. And Aiden Kirker is falling back all the way to 7th spot since the restart. Now we got Brian Jones getting some company from Zach Lindgren, but Zach got some company there from the 23 of Jordan Weaver. Jordan wants to be a part of this battle for the lead as well. Can't forget about the 05 there, Brad Peters. He wants, up in on that action as well. And all these drivers did make a pit stop there on the first caution. Dylan Williams as well in that 9 machine. Got Walker Thomas, Aiden Kirker here, where so far their strategy has not paid off too well. If they get a caution here coming up, they will definitely be in the driver's seat when it comes to tires, I do believe. And did not check to see if they had a tire limit on this race. I would imagine they do. A lot of leagues out there now put tire limits out there for the drivers. That way strategy can kind of play a factor in things. We got Aiden Kirker losing it down the back straightaway, hitting the inside wall. No caution. Go ahead and see here if he just got loose and yep. Yeah, it looks like either that or he had a malfunction. I would imagine it was a malfunction. So he is dropped all the way to 13th. As now Brian Jones is going to fall back to Zach Lindgren. We just caught the tail end of that pass. As we were taking a look back to see what happened to the 39 there of Aiden Kirker. As we will be coming down to 10 laps to go this time by. Down to officially 10 laps to go here for race number 1. As we are down to, it's only 8:58 p.m. here, Eastern Standard Time. And go ahead and check the announcement tab here real quick. Oh, actually, no. Oh, they're not having the second practice until 9:35, but it does state here if race 1 ends earlier than anticipated, we will start race 2 earlier. Same if race 1 takes longer. We'll push back the start of race 2 as we have a wreck with Walker Thomas as I'm talking, and that will bring out our caution. We will go ahead and take a look and see what happened here with at 12 or Walker Thomas. And it looks like he just got loose coming out of turn number 2, came up, and who was that in front of him? Where is he at? Oh, the 60 of Jared Rashawn. Got a piece of that. And he's definitely got some major front end damage there. That will bring out our caution. Second caution of race 1 here tonight. So we have 2 cautions for 5 laps so far. That'll probably come down to about 7 laps cautions. Yep, yeah, 7 caution laps. 4 lead changes, and we're down to 7 to go. Probably be at 5 to go on the restart. Not sure. I do believe they get green-white checkers. I'm not sure on the attempts, though. We'll see here. Don't think they have that anywhere in here as far as the green-white checkers, and it's something I don't think of until we're in a race, and it's like, Wow. Why, thank you, Spectrum Internet Service, for that long delay. You dropped me out for a moment. It does that every now and then. Not an everyday thing. Just a random drop. Is should be getting the, because we got drivers in the grass. Not sure why. Probably just try to cool down the tires. Like the only thing I can think of. I mean, they're getting incident points for it, but I mean, it's only a 1X. We'll see here how they are. Should be getting the 1 to go here this time by. Go ahead and give you guys a little view of the field from Zach Lindgren's roof cam, looking back through the field. And Zach is also going to do the same thing there just for a brief moment. So the pace car lights are off. We are getting the green flag next time by. So we'll be down to 4 laps here. We'll have a 4-lap shootout toward the end here of race number 1, and we'll quickly get the top 3 up for quick post-race interviews, and then we'll go ahead and get into the next session and get the right overlay loaded up, so that way everyone, including myself, can enjoy the second race. For those that have not seen any races on the new Atlanta, it's really different than this. Kind of like Daytona, Talladega. It's a lot of drafting side by side pretty much throughout the field, and it's a little tighter too. As the pace car is off to the safety of pit road, Zach Lindgren is back on the loud pedal. We are back underway here. 4 more laps to go here for race number 1 here for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour Cup Series Season 1 at Atlanta for the double here tonight. And we got 3 wide going. While that lasted a brief moment, we got to keep our eyes here. Brian Jones is putting the pressure there on Zach Lindgren. He's looking to the outside, not going to be able to keep the momentum there on the outside. He's going to actually lose quite a bit of ground to Zach. Coming down to 3 laps to go, I would not be surprised if Jordan Weaver, as I say that, he's looking down to the inside there of the 45. And not going to be able to complete the pass as we got more drivers wrecking. And that is going to bring out another caution, I do believe. No caution yet. Lance Anthony Walker, Aiden Kirker involved in that. No caution. We stay green. Coming down to 2 laps to go here. Probably because it happened in the back of the pack. That's my only assumption why the yellow did not fly. Ain't got no traffic coming behind you, so as long as you're still somewhat rolling, we're not going to throw the yellow. And we are going to be coming down and taking the white flag here. All Zach's got to do is make it one more time around the track, and this is his race, race number 1 here for the Atlanta double. The old version Atlanta here. The back straightaway going down turn number 3. The only thing he has to do is not make a mistake. And looks like he's keeping it pretty even kill here coming out of turn number 4. Zach Lindgren is going to grab the victory here at the Old Atlanta. Brian Jones grabbing second. Jordan Weaver is going to go ahead and finish third. So congratulations goes to the 85 of Zach Lindgren on grabbing the victory here. But, you know, he's still got one more race to go as well as, you know, everybody else out here. They got, you know, another race to go out and take out Zach on the, not take him out, but, you know, outbeat him on the second race here for the Atlanta double. Just to have the bragging right. Yeah, you won race 1, but you know, we got race 2 over you. But congratulations goes to that 85 of Zach Lindgren on grabbing the victory here at the Old Atlanta. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna step away, folks, see if we get our top 3 up here for some quick interviews. Do not go anywhere. We will be right back. Alrighty, folks, welcome back. I have managed to find the top 3, and we're going to go ahead and get them up here in the broadcast booth, starting with the third place finisher here tonight in race number 1, and that would be the 23 of Jordan Weaver. Well, Jordan, go ahead and talk about your race here tonight. How was it for you for the first race here at the Atlanta, the old style Atlanta?
second caution came out just late enough where it didn't really help the guys who still had some to take. So just ended up working out well for us and brought it home in the top 3. So happy about that.
Yeah, top 3 here for race number 1, and you still got another race coming up here, the New Style Atlanta. What are you looking forward to going to? The New Style Super Speedway kind of style racing, but you also got to be aware of the tires too.
Yeah, for sure. The tires do tend to wear and it gets tight, especially on corner entry as you get in the long runs. But definitely just a completely different style of racing, so that'll be fun. Looking forward to working with a couple of my teammates out there and see if we can work our way to the front and stay there at the end.
All right, Jordan. Well, good luck to you in the second race. And just in case something happens here in the second race and we don't have the opportunity to talk to you again here post race at the end of the second race, any final thoughts, shout outs you want to give before we go ahead and let you go and get ready for the new Atlanta?
Yeah, absolutely. Just want to shout you out, Dennis. Appreciate you being in the booth for us, and then obviously all the admins that are putting this on through the kart series. So really appreciate the opportunity to race. Thank you.
All right, Jordan. Well, congrats once again on the third place here, and I look forward to seeing you in the second race and seeing what you got for them here at the New Style Atlanta. So good luck to you, and we'll see you out there on track.
Thank you, Dennis.
You're welcome. All right, everybody, that completes our first interview there. Third place finisher, Jordan Weaver. That takes us up to our second place finisher here tonight, and that'll be the 45 machine of Brian L. Jones. Well, Brian just didn't have enough there to, complete everything. You had it there for a brief moment. You led 5 laps here tonight. Go ahead and top out your race. How was it here for you at the old Atlanta?
Yeah, I'm glad that I took tires when I had the opportunity to take them, and I was in position there at the end to make something happen. Me and Zach, I don't know. I got into 3 too hard, and my right rear kind of got hot and almost spun out, and then I had nothing for him at the end. So I wish I could have had it back, but good win to Zach.
Well, the good news is you got redemption coming up here very quickly. You got race number 2 here. The New Style Atlanta is coming up. Go ahead and talk about what are you looking forward to, going to the New Style Atlanta compared to the old one here.
I'm looking forward to it being over and hope I don't wreck. And there's no skill involved, so we're just going to ride.
Yeah, it's kind of how it is nowadays with the new Atlanta. Just kind of like Daytona, Talladega, just ride with it and pray everything works out good.
Roll the dice.
You roll the dice, Brian. That's all you got to do. Well, good luck to you in the second race, Brian. In case something does happen where you don't get a podium or a victory in the second race, before we go ahead and let you go here for the first race, any final thoughts, shout outs you want to give, Brian, before we go ahead and let you go and get practicing here for race number 2?
Yeah, big shout out to Home Field Apparel. They're on the car this weekend. They brought us out to the Indy 500 this weekend. Had a great time out there. So big shout out to them. Use code Atlantis24 at checkout if you want 15% off. They got a great line of apparel featuring Aero McLaren, Hendrick Motorsports, and all of your favorite collegiate apparel. So go check them out. Use code Atlantis24.
All right. Well, good thing I zoomed up on that car. We got a good look at that code right there on your driver's side door. So, guys, go ahead and, if you want to pause that real quick, go ahead and write down that code. Go ahead and do that. Brian, good luck to you in the second race, and we'll see you out there at the new Atlanta here very shortly.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Dennis.
You're welcome. All right. And that takes us down to our winner of race number 1. That would be that 85 machine of Zach Lindgren. Well, Zach, you were able to hold off the 45 there of Brian Jones. Go ahead and talk about your race here tonight. Race number 1 at the Old Atlanta. How was it for you here?
Yeah, it was a fun little race. I like Old Atlanta. I think I've made that a little well known. So with these cars is actually a new challenge. So it was cool to get these cars out here, drive on Old Atlanta, and still try to run the line that I usually run here. So it's pretty cool that the cars actually stuck here pretty well. And we found a little bit of speed right there at the beginning of the race, and we just kind of held on to it.
Yeah, it definitely looked that way. And, there's talk about speed. It's going to be a little bit slow of a race as far as top speed goes down the straightaways in the second race. But, go ahead and talk about what are you looking forward to with the new style Atlanta? Obviously, it's kind of a different style of racing compared to this one. Just, go ahead. What are you looking forward to going into race number 2?
The wide straightaway, the wide front straightaway, it presents a big opportunity for passing and a huge opportunity for being able to kind of shuffle lines, being able to bring momentum and stall momentum. The back straightaway is pretty cut and dry when it comes to these cars. You're kind of in one line or another, and if you try to create a third one, that it really tends to bite you because these corners are so steep. They're so it's still the old Atlanta corner. It's not these long elongated corners like Daytona and Talladega. So really, you just got to look for passing opportunities, going fast and with a car right on you. So it's going to be a challenge for sure.
Yes, it's definitely going to be a challenge. It's also kind of like Daytona and Talladega, where it's survival of the fittest. Kind of got to, withstand getting through the wrecks and things of that sort if you're not in the right place at the right time. So hopefully it all works out for you. But, it is one of those crapshoot races coming up. You never know what's going to happen. So if by chance we don't have an opportunity in the second race, Zach, to go ahead and talk to you here post-race, any final thoughts, shout-outs you want to give before we go ahead? Not only let you celebrate race number 1 victory here, but getting ready for race number 2 at the New Atlanta.
Yeah, just a huge shout-out to HMS Motorsport and Diecast fans for being on the car. You up here in the booth doing what you do, dedicating your time to the league. The admins for also dedicating their time to the league, money, time, effort. Everybody racing. It was a really good race. It was a really fun race. Elite Motorsports for always having me on. Can't thank them enough. Everybody watching, I hope we put on a good show, and hopefully we put on an even better one for the second race.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to the second race coming up here. Go ahead, and I know you're still about a couple minutes here before that comes up, but go ahead and start getting ready for that, and we'll see you down there on the track, Zach, and good luck to you in the second race.
Thanks, sir.
All right, you're welcome. All right, everybody, well, that will conclude. Oh, you're one of those guys I got to move by hand.
I'm. I'll move. Don't you worry.
I got it. I found you. All right. Some reason, certain ones I gotta actually right click on them and move them where they need to be. So, it's one of those things, just figuring it out on the fly here tonight. All right, let's get down to the results here for race number 1 here at the old Atlanta for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour. Zach Lindgren grabbing the victory here tonight. Once again, congrats goes to Zach on grabbing the victory. Brian Jones in second. Jordan Weaver finishing third. Jared Rashawn 4th. Lima Carlson 5th. Dylan Williams is going to finish in 6th. Scotty Grove 7th. Nathan Yarnell is going to finish 8th. The Bradley Williams in the 116 finishing 9th. Walker Thomas finishing 10th. Aiden Kirker is going to finish 11th. We got Lance Anthony finishing 12th. The 05 Brad D. Peters finishing 13th. Scott Watson 14th. And Josh Duke is rounding out the field here in 15th. All right, folks. Well, we're going to go ahead and step away. I'm going to go ahead, get out of this session, get the rate overlay loaded up here for the next race as they start practicing for the second race. So don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to take a quick pause here. We will be right back. Alright, folks, welcome back here. We are back at it. Getting ready for race number 2 here for the Atlanta Double. Thank you all for tuning in. Here, I know that was a little longer pause than I wanted to have, but had some things to take care of here real quick. We still have a little over 3.5 minutes here left to go in practice, so let's go ahead. See where these drivers are sitting right now as far as their times go. And right now, Josh Duke is in the top spot. Go ahead and do the other one here. Josh Duke in that top spot with a 29.737. Zach Linger in second, 29.814. Jared Rashawn third with a 29.861. Brian L. Jones fourth with a 30.096. Nathan Yarnell fifth with a 31.48. Scotty Grove sixth, 32.41. Lance Anthony seventh with a 32.47. Lima Carlson eighth with a 33.71. Jordan Weaver ninth with a 33.73, and William Rucker rounding out the top 10 with a 34.36. We will go ahead. Let's enjoy. Oh, we don't have one. Never mind. Well, we will go ahead and do a different, let's do some cockpit cams here with the drivers before we get to qualifying. There, coming down to the final 30 seconds here of qualifying. Thank you all for tuning in here tonight. We will go ahead and get them down to qualifying here just in a few seconds. In the meantime, if you're just tuning in or new to Extreme Racing TV, make sure you go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Make sure you go ahead and hit that notification bell too while you're at it. That way you go ahead and get informed anytime Extreme Racing TV goes live over here on YouTube. And thank you all for tuning in as always. It's a pleasure to have you all out there. The league appreciates it. I appreciate it. And we're getting qualifying underway here. Just started, so it's going to be about minute and a half before we get any times in here. Got Jared Rashawn out here on track. Got Watson out here on track. Lima Carlson on track. Lance Anthony on track. Zach Lindgren and Brian Jones, as well as Bradley Williams, all out here on track. I do not see Aiden Kirker in here. A few other drivers I don't see in here either. And it looks like qualifying is a little bit of an overcast here as far as the fall goes. A little hazy out there on the virtual Atlanta, the new version of Atlanta. Lance is up to the top spot right now. Well, was, and now he's third. Bradley Williams is up to that top spot. Jared Rashawn second. Now Scott Watson is in the top spot. They're on his first lap. Still got one more lap to go here. See where these drivers fall out. Lance going to go ahead with a 31.527. Jared Rashawn's going to go ahead and top him with a 31.389. Here where Scott Watson ends up going. Like he's going to wind up third, fourth. Brian Jones is going to go ahead and pop that third spot. Jordan Weaver is going to be fifth for right now. Bradley Williams is eighth. Lima Carlson second. We still got 1, 2. Walker Thomas out here on track now. 5 drivers that have not taken the track yet. On Walker's first lap, put him up into the 9th spot. See here what he's going to be able to do on his second lap. Walker up to 5th with a 31.423. We're coming down to the last minute of qualifying, and it looks like nobody else is going to partake in the qualifying here tonight. Once again, thank you all for tuning in here for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour Season 1 tonight for the Atlanta Double. This is going to be race number 2. The new style Atlanta here tonight over on iRacing. Qualifying has officially wrapped up here. We're going to go ahead and get them down to the starting grid. And it's going to be the right starting grid this time. So, starting in row number 1, we got the 60 of Jared Rashawn starting on the pole. Congratulations, Jared, on grabbing the pole here for race number 2 here tonight. Starting second on the outside of him, the 01 of Lima Carlson. Back in row number 2, the 23 of Jordan Weaver starting third. The 45 of Brian L. Jones is going to roll off fourth. Back in row number 3, the 12 of Walker Thomas is going to roll off fifth. The 14 machine, I should say, of Scott Watson is going to go ahead and roll off fourth. Sixth here tonight. Oh my goodness. My numbers are all screwed up in my head. Start in row 4. We got the 85 of Zach Lindgren rolling off 7th. The 52 of Lance Anthony is going to roll off 8th. Back in row number 5, the 116 of Bradley Williams is going to roll off 9th. The 15 of Nathan Yarnell is going to roll off 10th. In row number 6, we got the 55 of Scotty Grove rolling off 11th. The 05 of Brad D. Peters rolling off 12th. In row 7, we got the 77 of William Rucker rolling off 13th. 32 of Josh Duke is going to go ahead and roll off 14th here tonight. And that will take care of the starting grid here for race number 2 here for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour, the Cup Series Season 1. Waiting for that pace car to start driving off here. So thank you all for tuning in. Looks like we got 7 out there watching right now. Thank you guys for tuning in here. This is going to be a good race here. Going to be very similar to Daytona, Talladega, iRacing Super Speedway. But iRacing Super Speedway is a beast of its own because there's no restrictor plates on that track. You are going 230, 240 miles an hour. And, yeah, they're not doing that here. Wait for that pace car to dive off the safety of pit road. And then we gotta wait for Barney the flagman to wave that green flag. And we will be underway here. Pace car is off. And the green flag is out. We are racing here for race number 2. Here for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour Season number 1 for the Atlanta Double. Thank you all for tuning in once again. Coming down and going to lead his first lap here is going to be that 60 of Jared Rashawn. He's only got 39 more of those to lead to go ahead and grab victory here tonight. We got battles going on all over the place. Like I said, you just pick a spot and they are going to be doing battle. We're on the 01 there of Lima Carlson. Really don't have a lot of help there on the outside right now. I got about 4 drivers there on the outside, and then from Brian Jones up, it's all on the bottom as somebody just, oh, was that Lance Anthony just slammed the wall there through the tri-oval, but was able to avoid, I think that was Scott Watson there. No, I think it was Josh Duke actually. No caution here early on. We're going to keep it green and, well, not clean because Lance cleaned out the wall, but he kept it clean off the car on the inside of him. So But we're going to see some potential 3 wide. Try to find a good angle for everybody to go ahead and try to catch all the action as we got some bump drafting through the tri-oval. That's 05 of Brad Peters that we're on right now. Giving some good bump draft in there to the 45 of Brian Jones. And that's kind of hard to do, trying to do the bump draft through the tri-oval without taking the car out in front of you. So gotta give props there to the 05 of Brad Peters there. Doing an excellent job riding that bumper, but he's got to watch. Yeah, get that radiator some air there to cool those temps down. Get back here to 5th with Scotty Grove here on that double nickel TV machine. Jared Rashawn still up here in front. Still leading the way right now, and I think Jordan Weaver is okay with that for right now. So he's able to conserve a little bit, be able to take his time. I've always heard the rule of thumb is you don't want to be the leader on the last lap. And I've been on both sides of that, and I can tell you, I don't want to be the leader on the last lap. I want to be the leader crossing the start-finish line, taking the checkered flag. We got Walker Thomas up here in the 4th spot. Riding that inside line as the outside starting to get some good momentum there. We got the 45, the 05. 05 getting a little loose there. Not gonna be able to keep that momentum up there, doing all that fishtailing. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drives, 7 cars there on the outside. So it's almost split evenly there between top and bottom, as the 45 Brian Jones is going to be able to take the lead away from Jared and officially lead his first lap here. But still got 30 laps to go here. I mean, you go throughout the field here. You can't even keep up on what position they're on because they keep going back and forth. That inside starting to get the momentum back. Jared Rashawn getting a good shove there on the inside with Jordan Weaver down there giving him a shove, as well as the 60th. Jared Rashawn there in 2nd. Jordan Weaver giving Jared a good shove as well. And Walker Thomas, you just saw him pop it up to the outside there. He was on the inside there for a while. Now he's going to try to lead this outside line with Brad Peters there right behind him. He's going to start giving him a little bit of a couple little bumps there through the turn. As long as you hit him right in the right spot, it actually is a benefit and doesn't hurt the car. Which is more of a challenge than you think. These next-gen cars, their bumpers are not square. Kind of like the car tomorrow, if anybody remembers those, where it was just a square rear bumper and you can do the tandem draft with each other. I'm kind of glad they got rid of that kind of style of racing, because that, I mean, it really wasn't racing. But then again, you could also make the argument that drafting behind somebody is not racing either. As we got 3 wide. They left Walker Thomas out to dry. Brad Peters and the 0-1, Alima Carlson. Lima's now giving it to Brad there on the outside. Brad's going to go ahead and take it up to the lead, but not lead a lap officially yet. You got to go ahead and keep it up there in the front. But the 45 of Brian Jones is not going to give it up to him without a fight coming out of turn number 4 here. We'll see start-finish line is going to be the 05. Brad Peters, he's officially led his first lap here. Now Lima's going to split the middle and take it down to the inside. And Lima's going to go ahead and take over the top spot here. As we are down 16, well, we're on 16 of 40 here. We have completed 15 laps. Looks like they're getting ready to come up on some lap traffic, and that would be that 52 machine of Lance Anthony that we saw lap 2, I do believe. Came out of turn number 4 in the tri-oval and slammed the outside wall. Lost the draft, and now these drivers will be coming up on him. Just goes to show you the difference between draft and no draft. As Brad's doing 180, Lance is back here doing 168. So you're talking almost a 10-mile-an-hour difference, if not more than that. Nathan Yarnell is going to go ahead and take over a spot here, but not official till you cross the start-finish line, and it's still going to be Brad Peters. Able to take that lead back. Lima was in the lead. Then Brad was able to get it back, and now Walker Thomas, who was just a couple laps ago stuck in that sucker hole and fell back. He's got his way back up here. Brad Peters with the help there from Jared. Jared's gonna, stay back there for right now. Same thing there with the 77 of William Rucker. He has no problem staying back there for right now. Just trying to get through most of the race here. As we got 3 wide going on behind them, and that would be Josh Duke and company. They were able to get that all settled out for now anyway. But there's no way the 3 wide's done yet. As I say that, here comes the 45. He's going to go ahead and split right down the middle. And William Rucker is checking out towards the back. He is just going to sit back here. He has seen enough of what's going on up front. He's going to sit back there and wait for something to happen up here. Hopefully he's in the right place at the right time, as you're seeing these guys getting really racy back here. And I don't know if they enforced the out of bounds line here, but technically the white and red line, or red and white, however you want to describe it, it goes white, red, white. That is technically out of bounds in NASCAR. You cannot pass or initiate a pass going below that line. Now, you might be able to here. I don't know. But we still got 3 wide going on. And it looks like every time I think they got it settled down, here they go again with more 3 wide action. With Scotty Grove there on the outside of, is that Jordan Weaver? No, that's not Jordan Weaver. That would be Oh, who was that that was Scott Watson. But he was able to get it back under control, and he might be able to stay in the draft. Maybe not. He might lose the draft of William Rucker. Brad Peters is still up here in the lead. Led 9 laps here so far. Jared Rashawn still sitting here in second spot. Like I said, he has no problem just staying behind Brad for right now. Zach Lindgren, the race winner from race 1 at the old Atlanta. He's got himself up here in a third, up 3 spots from where he started the race. Josh Duke here in 4th, up 10 spots from where he started the race. And you see these guys doing the Daytona line, riding that outside up near the wall. It looks like Bradley Williams is going to go ahead and fall back here to the back of the pack. Go ahead and possibly get up behind Lima, but there he goes. He finally goes ahead and gets up there. He looks like William Rucker has definitely lost the draft officially. Same with Scott Watson. And Lance here is sitting 1 lap down. Lance is kind of crossing his toes and fingers and praying for a caution at this point, as we are well over halfway through this race here. As we got a driver, that's Brian Jones. He was able to save that somehow, some way. Let's go ahead and take a look back to see what happened. You had Chase, and ooh, that was odd. He got into the 55 and it literally neck coated him down to the apron. Wow. Well, good save, Brian, on whatever that was. I have never seen that before. That's the first one for me, where you bump somebody and you get tagged from the back. That's pretty much what it was. It looked like iRacing neck coated him, that he got tagged in the back bumper and it sent him down to the apron when he gave the bump. Alrighty. Anyway, back to the action here. A lot of single file here, you know, with the top 4 drivers. Like I said, right now they're just content with just riding it out here. Coming down to the last 3-4 laps, that's going to be a different story. But right now, you know, Jared, Zach, Josh, you know, these drivers are all content just riding here right where they're at. They got a good line rolling on the outside. You got Brad Peters here up in the top spot. He's thinking in his head when these guys are going to make their move. I know it's coming. I'm just hoping I make the right move at the right time when it does end up coming to that point. But right now, nobody's making a move yet. You got a little bit of momentum there on the inside there. You got Walker Thomas here in 5th spot, trying to get that inside line going. Got a little bit of help there with the 15 of Nathan Yarnell. and the 01 of Lima Carlson. But, you know, you got 3 cars at the bottom, and you got 6 cars at the top. You know, when it comes to momentum, it doesn't take much to figure out who has the preferred line right now, and that would be the outside line. We're down to just completed lap 34. Next time by, we'll be down to 5 laps to go here. Thank you all for tuning in here. Looks like we got 6 of you out there watching, up to 3 likes. Thank you all for tuning in, liking, and tuning in to the Crown Athletics Racing Tour here for the first season, and tuning into Extreme Racing TV as well. You know, the league appreciates it, and you know, I can't say it enough. I know I appreciate it up here in the booth. You guys tuning in and watching these guys put on a very, very good show, as Walker Thomas is now getting the momentum with just 3 cars here on the inside. He is worked his way up to 3rd, and you know, we're down to 4 laps to go here tonight. Is he going to have enough time? Oh, now he's got 4 cars down there with him. That's the 55 of Scotty Grove. If we got people wrecking, that might be our caution here tonight, folks. As the 12 of Walker Thomas, he was doing so well, getting so much momentum there on the inside. And he's down on the apron, but that will be our caution. We caught that live here tonight. And now it looks like he is going to be stuck there. Going to have to put that in reverse and get that thing back rolling. We are down to 3 laps to go here, and I don't know. Do you pit? Do you stay out? I mean, I would stay out if I'm in the top. Yeah, I would even go back as far as 6. If I'm sitting in the top 6, I probably would not come down pit road. Alright, folks, I am back. I'm going to go ahead and take myself a little break here momentarily. And it looks like the top 9 stayed out. First one to make a pit stop, Nathan Yarnell here in 10th. Scotty Grove 11th. Brian Jones 12th. Walker Thomas is 13th here, as we should be getting a 1 to go this time by. And the haze is real here at the New Atlanta tonight. Let's go ahead here. And that would be why, folks. Pull up the weather report for you here real quick before we go back green flag. We are sitting at 72 air temp, 74 track temp, humidity at 95%. Winds out of the south-southwest at 6-7 miles an hour, now down to 5. So that is why it looks so hazy out there, because it is. Wait for that pace car to dive off the safety of pit road, as we got people wrecking out of 4. Green flag is out, and we are back green flag racing as Scott Watson is sitting back here. Not exactly sure what happened there. Okay, that would be our caution. So let's go back. He's already wrecked there. Well, we'll see here. That is very interesting. Wonder, did Scott kind of get in his car? See if maybe he he had to check up the guy in front of him. That's what happened. And Scotty Grove was not ready for that. That's what happened. All right. Let's go ahead and give a little race recap here real quick. We've had 2 cautions here at the latter part of the race. For a total of 6 laps so far, we've had 6 lead changes. We're down to green-white checkered attempt number 2 here tonight. We'll see here how the next restart goes, as you can see there, Brad ghosting the inside of the iRacing pace car there. He's trying to become one with the pace car. Pace car is off to the safety of pit road here. We are going to go ahead and get back green flag racing here, as Brad waited to the last absolute moment to go ahead and get back on the loud pedal. which is not a bad idea here when you're talking about a super speedway type of track. Can't pull away from nobody, so what's the point of getting a good restart when you need friends to help you? And right now, Brad, he only has 32 of Josh Duke there on the outside helping him right now, but coming down, taking the white flag is going to end it. White flag is out. We're 3 wide here for second. Going down turn number 1. Who was that? That was Jared. That was not Jared. That was 15, Nathan Yarnell. One of the drivers that took a pit stop there. We got 3 wide going on. Going down into turn number 3. We're 3 wide, 2 rows deep, 3 rows deep. Coming out of turn number 4 is going to be that 60 machine of Jared Rashawn. He's going to grab the victory here tonight for race number 2. Zach Lindgren grabbing second. And Jordan Weaver is going to go ahead and grab third here tonight. So we got Jordan repeating third place finishes here tonight. Zach Lindgren finishing first and then second, respectively in his races. And then Jared Rashawn here is going to go ahead and finish third. So let's go ahead, wait for that 60 machine to go ahead and burn it up here. Go ahead and give us some more smoke up there in the atmosphere. That's what we need here at the new Atlanta with the 95% humidity that we have in the air. Or he's just going to go ahead and burn it in the grass. There he goes. He's going to go ahead and burn it right there. Congrats goes to Jared Rashawn on grabbing the victory here tonight. We're going to go ahead, folks. We're going to step away, find our top 3, get them up here in the broadcast booth. Do not go anywhere. We will be right back. Alrighty, folks, welcome back. I have found the top two drivers, third and first. The second place finisher had some urgent things to go take care of real quick in the house. So we're going to go ahead and start the post-race interviews with our third place finisher here tonight. And that'll be that 23 machine, Jordan Weaver. Well, Jordan, third place at the old Atlanta, third place here at the new Atlanta. Go ahead and talk about how was the race for you here tonight at the new Atlanta compared to the old Atlanta?
Yeah, I mean, first off, just happy to bring it home in a podium spot in both races. This one, honestly, pretty uneventful for most of it up until that late caution there. So the early part, really just trying to log laps there behind Jared. I mean, started in third and really just wanted to log as many laps as we could and get to the finish. I got kind of stuck in the back for most of the mid portion of it, and then after that caution, we were just able to get back up into the front in a good spot. Didn't really have a shot to get past Zach or Jared for the win there, but happy with the third place finish.
Yeah, definitely. It was uneventful, but it wasn't all at the same time. There was a lot of stuff going on behind you throughout the race, Jordan. You just somehow for most of the race, everybody was able to keep it clean and green until, that latter part of the race there. Looked like something happened with Walker. I'm not sure if it was a bump draft or something happened, and then that's when the chaos just somewhat started to ensue. But we could look forward now, Jordan. We're done with the Atlanta double here between the old school and the super speedway style racing next Wednesday, I should say, not Tuesday. Memorial Day's got me all screwed up, Jordan. Next Wednesday, we look forward to Watkins Glen. Go ahead and talk about, kind of what are you looking forward to, what are you not looking forward to when, coming to Watkins Glen here next Wednesday night.
Yeah, I'm not the best. I mean, I'm not the best road course racer by any means, but I will say that of the road courses we go to, Watkins Glen translates probably the easiest, just as far as the way some of the corners are there. It kind of is more of an oval type road course, if you want to call it that. So I've always had at least some speed at Watkins Glen. So and especially in this new Cup car is a lot easier to drive than the old Cup car is on road courses. So I'm curious to see just what kind of speed I'll end up having next week. Not really expecting to be in contention or anything, but I'll be happy with anything inside the top 10, honestly.
Oh yeah, for sure. Just being able to survive the race is, the first step. Just getting through a road course in my book, because I'm just like you, Jordan. I'm not a fan of road courses for some reason. But yeah, when it comes to these next gen cars, I would rather race on a Watkins Glen track than a Sonoma or Charlotte Roval or. You just keep going down the list of road courses they're on anymore.
Yeah, it helps when you have a road course where you can keep the speeds a little higher than some of those tight flat corners where you got to really back it down.
Yeah, for sure. But Jordan, before we go ahead, you got 2 third place finishes to celebrate here tonight. But before we go ahead and let you go and celebrate both of those, you got any more thought shout outs you want to give before you go celebrate your podium finishes here tonight?
Yeah, not really any additional. I just want to again thank you, Dennis, for all your work in the booth, and thanks to the admins. I really enjoy racing in these races, and I'm happy that they put them on. So happy with 2 third places tonight. We'll take the points and we'll move on.
All right, Jordan. Well, you enjoy both third place finishes here tonight. Very good points night for you here, and we'll see you at Watkins Glen next Wednesday night. Until then, enjoy this one.
Absolutely. Thanks, Dennis. We'll see you.
Yep. You're welcome. All right. There we go. That will take us down to the race winner here. That would be that 60 machine of Jared Rashawn. So let's get Jared up here in the broadcast booth. Well, Jared, go ahead and top out your race here. The Atlanta double for one, but super speedway racing here to finish out the night. Go ahead and top out your race here at the new Atlanta.
Yeah, got lucky and was able to start on the pole, and I just tried to stay up there best I could, and we kind of got shuffled a bit, and ended up getting back up to the front. I got in behind Brad there near the end, and I was committed and was going to hopefully push him to a win, and then the caution come out for whatever reason that was, and kind of ruined that plan. And I didn't feel like I deserved to win. Like I was committed to putting Brad, pushing him all the way, or getting an elite win, but. I guess I'll take it. I just wish it didn't happen the way it happened, but I guess at least it stayed in Elite Motorsports.
And a win's a win for team, and it didn't matter which one of the team members won as long as it was one of the team members. So props goes to Elite Motorsports for pulling out the victory here at the New Atlanta. But Jared, we look to next Wednesday here, and we move over to Watkins Glen here in the next gen cars. Kind of go ahead and talk about what are you looking forward to, what are you not looking forward to when it comes to Watkins Glen here next Wednesday night.
I'm hoping they updated the setup from the last time around there because it was super tight and I was struggling. So hopefully they have a better setup to drive, and it's not plowing everywhere you go, and maybe we'll be able to get a top 5. I definitely don't think we'll have anything for a win. Some of these guys are pretty good on the road courses, so we'll just hopefully come out of there with maybe a top 5 or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you never know what can happen. Like you said, you got quite a few guys in here that are really good at road courses, but all it takes is one slip up, one mistake, and you can definitely go ahead and take advantage of that. But Jared, you have the victory here tonight. You got bragging rights for a week. So you go ahead and relish those bragging rights here, claiming victory at the New Atlanta. But before we go ahead and let you go and start celebrating the victory here, any final thoughts, shout outs you want to give before we go ahead and let you go and celebrate your victory here at the New Atlanta?
Yeah, it's like I think all my teammates at Elite Motorsports definitely wouldn't have been able to win this without their help. Thank Circle B Diecast and Diecast fans for being on the car, and thank you for broadcasting and everyone that puts the league on.
All right, Jared. Well, you go ahead and you celebrate this one. Celebrate this victory here tonight, and we'll see you next Wednesday down at Watkins Glen. Until then, enjoy this one.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, folks, and that will conclude the post-race interviews here tonight. Unfortunately, our second place finisher, like I said, he had an emergency take place at his home, so we cannot get him up here for an interview here tonight. But we're going to go ahead and get down to the final results here for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour Race 2 here at Atlanta for the Atlanta Double. Jared Rashawn finishing in that first spot. Congrats once again to Jared on grabbing the victory here tonight. Zach Lindgren taking second. Hopefully everything's all right at home, Zach. And you enjoyed this second place finish here. Jordan Weaver finishing third. Nathan Yarnell fourth. Brian Jones finishing fifth. Scotty Grove sixth. Brad D. Peters seventh. The 01 Alima Carlson finishing 8th. Josh Duke 9th. Walker Thomas is going to round out the top 10. Back in 11th, we got William Rucker. 12th, we got the 116 and Bradley Williams. Scott Watson is going to finish 13th. And Lance Anthony in that 52 machine is going to round out the field in 14th. Well, folks, it's been an honor. It's been a privilege to be up here in the broadcast booth broadcasting for you guys here tonight for Extreme Racing TV. Until next week, Tuesday night for the ISRL, and then Wednesday night here for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour. So 5 more days. Well, actually 6 more days, I should say, because it's not midnight yet. So 6 more days, we'll be back on YouTube. But until then, folks, take care of yourselves and each other. Have a good night, and we'll see you Tuesday